Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for Access City Council. I'm your host, City of Las Vegas Communications Director David Riggleman. Coming up on this show, we're highlighting Ward 5. Joining us in studio is the man who keeps his finger on the pulse of Ward 5. It's, of course, Councilman Cedric Crear. Welcome back. How are you?
Hey, how are you doing? I do try to keep my finger on the pulse of
do.
Ward 5. I tell you, we have so much going on all the time that it's sometimes tough to keep my finger on the pulse, but the cool thing is that we see the results of the work that we're putting in.
Absolutely.
And it's very rewarding to see the work that we're doing.
Talk a little bit about that. You know, you had the 100 plan.
Yeah.
And it was kind of a roadmap of major issues, projects that you wanted to address in Ward 5. And you've steadily been checking those off the list as the years go on.
You know, David, you look at the team that we have here, and that is really the results of all the work that we've been doing. The team has said, okay, we believe in the plan. We've gone out to the community believes in the plan, and now we're executing on the plan. But if it wasn't for the team with the City of Las Vegas, who are such smart and such dedicated folk who work here, we would be nowhere close to where we are. And so it's been great. The cool thing is that when you see a problem, you find a solution, a community-driven solution, and then you execute on it. Many times doesn't happen. We sort of talk, we meet, we talk, we meet, we talk, we meet, and nothing ever happens. But this particular plan, we got a solution. We went out to the community, addressed the solution, addressed the issues, and now we're executing on it. And so it's great.
It's exciting.
It is. It's very, very exciting. I tell you, from a person born and raised in the community, and from seeing just a lot of stagnation taking place over the course of years, and now to see so much progress. And the progress happens even in areas where we don't directly address, because good work begets more good work.
Right.
And people are doing things in the community that we are not in control of, but they see the work that we're doing.
Yeah, it's
and then
kind
they
of a
say,
domino
it's
effect.
a domino effect. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on all that.
Yeah. Well, congratulations to us in the city.
Yeah. Well, we're talking about, of course, Ward 5, and Councilman knows it like the back of his hand. Born and raised there, still lives there, obviously. For those of you out there not exactly sure where Ward 5 is, well, don't worry. We're going to show you right here on the map. It basically includes our downtown area, but then it extends all the way out to the northwest. It's an interesting ward because, yeah, you've got Fremont Street Experience and all the things in the downtown on the one end there in the east. But to the north, you guys go all the way out there, well past Cheyenne.
We do. Lone Mountain area now. You know, with the census, we picked up a little bit more area. Yeah. The ward itself, half of downtown, the historic west side, but all goes way out and have a rural area. Very diversified ward.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Inner core of the city, which, like most major cities, you have challenges within the inner core. And then you go out to a very rural area where you've
people
got
riding horses
and bridle paths.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a very diversified ward.
You know, Councilman, let's talk just real briefly about why we do that. The idea when we do the census every 10 years is to make sure that the wards are roughly the same size.
Yeah.
There's the same number of residents that live in each ward. Yeah. And the population growth in the city has mostly been in Ward 6 in the north. So we have adjusted. All the other wards have kind of moved west and north to keep it all balanced. So that's why your ward is so elongated.
Yeah, and we gave up a little bit in the downtown corridor. We took a little bit going out to the rural areas. You try to look at population base, try to make sure the number of people are equal amount in diversity, and look at who, what, where. And so our ward, our small little Ward 5 continues to grow.
It surely does.
As the city continues to grow.
Exactly.
It's great. It's not just this core of the city of Las Vegas anymore, right in the downtown corridor.
Each of the wards has has Councilman.
100,000. Yeah. And it continues to grow, right? About 120,000 folk who reside in the city of Las Vegas in Ward 5. So we're all about the same.
Yeah, it's amazing because the city of Las Vegas itself, in the city limits, we're over 650,000 now. So big city, all of us.
We are a big city.
Yeah.
In more ways than one.
Yeah, exactly. Greatest city in the world, if you ask me. But that's just my personal opinion. You know. So. Councilman, let's start here, a theme about kind of around kids a little bit. First up, kids and the classrooms, schools are back open, and so is the city's Strong Start Go mobile pre-K. Now, if you're not sure what that is, well, it's a classroom on wheels. It's back up and rolling now. And Councilman, the mobile classroom visits Ward 5 quite a bit, doesn't it?
It does, and I tell you, this is one of Mayor Goodman's, I think, legacies that she's going to leave with the city of Las Vegas is the development of our social youth and innovation department as a whole, which provides wraparound services for youth in our community, sort of picks up where the school district leaves off. We've had a challenge with getting pre-K. We know that kids who are able to go to pre-K and even full-day kindergarten are better off in the long run than they are in school.
Yeah, their chances of success, are much higher,
And so instead of talking about it, the city of Las Vegas said we're going to create and convert a mobile home into a pre-K classroom. And that pre-K classroom goes into our communities and the historic West Side as well as on the East Side and provides pre-K for youth. And it's great. It is well staffed. We could use a number more, a few more of them because the capacities do get the full capacity. So if you're interested in it, then please, make sure that you reach out. If you're in the zip codes that they are in, then maybe you can qualify and hopefully get in.
If you are in 89106, 89107, or 89101, there's no charge. Yeah, you'll be able to, and you get first priority in there.
How about that?
So yeah, it's pretty great. And again, if people aren't completely aware, they offer half-day pre-K classes. So it's a great opportunity, as Councilman said. Give those youngsters that are even not quite ready for kindergarten yet, gives them that head start where they can hit the ground running when they get to kindergarten, and then first, second, and third, and on.
No doubt about it. Plus, you get a chance to interact with other kids, and, which works on your social skills as well as your educational skills. So it's a great all the way around. I wish that every kid had an opportunity to go to pre-K, and then they could get full day kindergarten as well, but we're working on it and moving forward.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. The mobile classroom that we're talking about here goes to usually 4 locations. So basically, it's the Sherman Gardens Annex. That's at Owens Avenue and H Street. Also at Twin Lakes Drive and Washington Avenue. That's the Durfelt Strong Future location. Then also at the Mojave Road and Stewart Avenue location. That's the Chuck Minker Center. That's in Ward 3. And then finally, Washington Avenue and D Street, historic West Side location. That, of course, is in Ward 5, Councilman. So it gets out there, and the kids that take part, that looks like they're having a great time, as well as learning.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's great to see the kids. They show up there and they spend that time there, and also the teachers and administration are wonderful too. We've been blessed to have some great passionate people who care about our youth and our little babies, and so it is great to see.
Yeah, I think that they give that foundation. They make learning fun versus a chore. Sometimes we think of school as like, it's drudgery, but this mobile pre-K, it's engaging the education, but with a lot of fun as well.
It is. You probably go to class and you go home, take a nap, and then you have a snack. Have a snack, nap, and then ready to go start your day. The rest of your day.
Exactly. Well, Councilman, let's stay on the subject of kids. Your office stepped in and provided much-needed school supplies for an event at the Becker Tech Center. So talk a little bit about this.
Becker Tech has been an overwhelmingly successful venture. Another issue where we said, what is the problem? There's an issue in the Jones Lake Mead corridor area. We had a lot of petty crimes taking place, broken windows, graffiti, which means kids had a lot of time on their hands to just do kids
get into
things,
trouble.
Get into trouble. And so working with Metro, working with community to create something, there was no place for the youth to go after school. And we took an old park that we were going to just put in new swing set, new side, new basketball courts, and converted into the city's first technical recreation park. And it has been wildly successful. Metro says that crime is down like upwards of 90%.
That's amazing,
in the area. The team that runs it is great. I think this is the way that parks should be viewed in the future moving forward. I can see us having another Becker Technical Park or technical recreation park in other parts of the city because we went into a pocket park. And so we have kids, if you go there about 2 o'clock, 2:30 every day, you'll see an influx of youth coming from Brindley Middle School, coming from the high schools in the area, elementary schools, and it is a safe space for them to go. And so we have had given out school supplies knowing that they're going back to school, and it really has become a real space for youth to go. And it's not just going to pass time, you're learning. right? We have a 3D printer lab.
Yep.
We have a DJ booth that's there. We do have an amazing podcasting station that's there. We have a whole, esports room that's there, and plus the outside recreational thing. So it's great space.
Yeah, it's truly a technical center.
It is.
And as you mentioned, Councilman, not only are the kids having fun doing those activities, they're learning a lot of things in there too, especially how that technology integrates with everything else.
Yep. The team,
cool.
Priscilla and the team out there are doing an amazing job. The facility is beautiful, and if you haven't visited, I urge you to go by and check it out.
I know it's one of the things I know you're very proud of, and it's really come together nicely. So. And then, Councilman, now we're going to give everybody a little sneak peek on something here. You have some special deliveries that are going to be planned for later this month at the schools in Ward 5. Now, it's a secret, everybody. Just know it's coming, but we're not gonna tell you a whole lot more than that, are we?
No. So every year we have worked to get school supplies into the schools in our ward.
Right.
And it used to be where we would have a backpack giveaway, and you come out and people receive backpacks. And we found that a number of kids, and this is not necessarily an issue, but we want to make sure that the schools in our ward receive the necessary resources that they need. And so people were coming from all over the region to come in and get these backpacks, which is fine. You're still helping kids, but how do you ensure that the Ward 5 schools, with our Ward 5 resources, are getting in? So we decided to package pallets of school supplies and actually deliver them to the schools.
So if you go to this school, you're getting this stuff.
And it's great because it's everything from tissue paper to notebooks, to pens, to highlighters, and we drop this thing off, and the teachers in the school are able to go to the storage area and take what they need. And so it is great. We do that for a number of schools in the ward. It is vitally important and necessary. So it is really, really cool. The principals in the school are they're so thankful for the work that we're doing. So we really appreciate it.
Councilman, I think a lot of people may not realize that you and your colleagues on the council really spend an effort helping supply the schools, because oftentimes the teachers are having to pay for some of these extras out of their own pockets.
They do. And also what's interesting, in some cities, the city proper oversees a school district. Here we do not. There's a Clark County School District, which we do not run and operate, but we partner with them to ensure that our youth are getting the necessary tools that they need, that whatever resources we can do to provide to help them. And this is one more way to do that. And so the teachers are coming out of pocket. We know that teachers are not the most highly compensated profession, unfortunately. And so when you have to come out of pocket and you are making as much, it can be a huge burden on the teacher. And if the teacher can't afford to do those things, then obviously that trickles down to the kids. And if the kids don't have those necessary resources, then they go without. They go without, then it's a cyclical effect for just a number of things. And so we want to ensure that they have the necessary resources and supplies they need to be successful in the school.
Yeah, and Councilman, you touched on this a little bit too, about how the city and the school district work together. We have our before school programs, after school programs, and programs like this as well to kind of help enhance what the school district is doing.
No doubt. And people, which depending on where they came from, maybe somebody moved to this city, but in their town, the city funded the school district, which we do not. The legislature funds the school district. The school board oversees those funds. They hire the superintendent. And so we, as a trusted partner of the school district, and that another reason why that department, our social youth and innovation department, why the SI department is so important, because they're really our conduit and liaison with the school district and working side by side. And it's everything from mentoring programs, My Brother's Keeper initiative, to programs like dropping off school supplies, to pre and post school care. It is a full resource department that works with the Clark County School District and others to ensure that our youth are getting what they need to be successful.
All right. Well, Councilman, speaking of students, the city is always opening its doors to local students, and Councilman, your office is no different. This summer, you hosted another summer intern. She did great. It was Caitlin Good, as a local Las Vegas student, and she even helped produce this Access City Council show in the past.
Yeah, Caitlin was great. We literally had her for the whole summer. She's back at the University of Michigan. She's starting her junior year there. We're very proud of her, from Las Vegas, and comes from a great longtime family here in Las Vegas. And it was wonderful to have her. She was very responsive. She did a great job. You know, she did what she was told to do and then some.
She did. She did a great job. And she's a communications major, so it just fit with, we borrowed her a little bit in my office.
As well we should. And what a great experience, though, for someone to come into the city of Las Vegas. I think that people are so surprised with the depth of the operation of City Hall.
Yeah.
You walk in having no clue really what goes on here, and then you get in the middle of it, you go, I didn't realize they did all that. They do that too. They do that. They do that. What's going on? And you really are operating an entire city, and you see what it takes, and it's a great learning experience. It'll be great that she'll take back to Michigan. It'll be great on her resume. We're real proud of her, and glad she accepted our offer to come and be our Ward 5 intern.
Yeah, that's it. And maybe we'll see her again down the road. So sounds good. And then, Councilman, shifting gears here a little bit, one of the big issues that we're facing in Las Vegas, I know you and your colleagues are really wrestling with, is finding affordable housing.
Yes.
The cost of housing, whether you're renting, whether you're trying to buy a home, is just skyrocketed.
Yes.
And you have been working closely with your counterparts, the other agencies, jurisdictions in the area, as well as fellow council members, to try to make a dent in providing more affordable housing for people out there. We're not talking low income necessarily. We're talking about people who have entry-level jobs, teachers, police officers, firefighters, who are just trying to find a place to live.
I agree. I call it workforce housing because it really is
that's really a better word.
Something that people who are just starting their lives and their careers, and they're trying to go out and find a place to live, to raise their families. And so it is a national issue. It is a local issue, and it's something we're looking to do something about. And one program that we have now, working with the Southern Nevada Regional Housing Authority, is we applied with HUD in the federal government for a grant, and the grant is a Choice Neighborhood Initiative grant.
Yeah, this is really a big deal.
In my ward, we have a housing development called Marble Manor, which has been there since I was a little kid. It's 50 plus years old. It's 200 some odd units. It was designed to be an affordable housing facility then. You know, you can only patch it up so much. You can only fix it up so much. It needs to be torn down, and it needs to be rebuilt and modernized. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We partnered with Southern Nevada Regional Housing Authority for this grant. We received a $50 million grant from the Southern Nevada Regional Housing Authority. We had acting housing HUD Secretary Todman out to basically receive the grant, and we're going to repurpose and rebuild Marble Manor. Yeah. It's going to triple in capacity. It is going to be a mixed income facility, so it's affordable but also mixed income. The cool thing about that is that you'll never know. The facility's going to be beautiful and gorgeous, so it'll beautify the community. You'll never know you're next to someone who's at a 60%, 80% AMI. It'll be great. And a portion of those dollars, that $50 million, $7 million or so, has to go back into the community in some way, shape, or form, which is great. So we're going to invest $7 million into some type of numerous community-oriented projects as well.
That's great.
So you'll get a $44 million brand new housing facility, triple the capacity, $7 million that's reinvested back into the community. It's going to beautify the community. Once we get that going, hopefully we can move over to Sherman Gardens and
keep going
and do the same thing. You know, this is in response to a federal grant that the administration has put out, the $300-some-odd million. We were one of 7 cities.
Yeah, just a very few cities
that received these dollars. It was a very, very, very long in process of the application, and just walk in and say, here goes $50 million.
Yeah.
So kudos to the City of Las Vegas team, kudos to the Southern Nevada Regional Housing Authority team, because we work side by side. This is a prime example of government coming together, breaking down walls and jurisdictions, and coming together for the betterment of our community.
Yeah, especially such an important issue, a pressing issue here in Southern Nevada now. And so, and again, if you didn't hear the councilman, there were just a few cities that got this grant, and so we were fortunate enough here in Las Vegas to be one of them. So it's a big deal.
Yeah, it is a huge, huge, huge deal. And I also got to thank the mayor, because the mayor came out when HUD came in and we did our final application, spent the whole day with us, and Mayor Goodman came out and supported us and spent the time with us. So thank you, Mayor Goodman.
Yeah, she's passionate about it.
She is.
No question. So
She is.
And then, Councilman, hard to believe, but it's almost time. Coming back this fall is the annual Ward 5 Community Forum.
Wow.
Seems like you just did this.
I know.
This is an informative event with information on the progress underway in Ward 5. It's happening on Thursday, October 10th. Now, this is an annual event, and so, Councilman, you'll have an opportunity. There's a resource fair there. You get to hear from city leaders, deputy city managers, department heads, our public safety people. Everybody will be there to tell you what's going on and then tell you what's coming up, too.
Yeah, this one's very special because it'll be my last community forum. Since I've been in office for 6 years, we're the only office that is held in open forum. The mayor does her state of the city address every year. This is sort of our Ward 5 address that we come out and talks about all the things that we've been doing, all the things that we've accomplished, some challenges that we're still facing, and also where we're going. Yeah. And so it's been wildly successful. The great thing is that we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of accomplishments. We've moved the community forward from the first day I got in office. I say that we've changed the course of the river, and the river is moving in a very, very positive strata now, because when we came in, it was very stagnant. Now it's just the sky's the limit to where it's going. And so this will be great for people to come out, find out what's going on in the ward, see how you can tap in to all the things we have going on, because I tell you, you're going to look up in 5 years from now, it's going to be just booming, booming, booming with all the shovels we have in the ground and all the opportunities that are available for people.
Well, it's an important event, and again, if you want to stay plugged in, kind of know what's going on, it's going to be on Thursday, October 10th, from 6 to 8. It's going to be right here at Las Vegas City Hall in the council chambers that evening. We're located at 495 South Main Street. The parking is right across the street at 500 South Main in the garage. You'll be able to park there for those that are driving over. And again, it's just, you get a big turnout at this. There's always hundreds of people.
Yeah, we do get a big turnout. And thank you to all of the staff of the city of Las Vegas that come out and support it. We've positioned it where if you get there before, right on time, we have a resources fair. All the department heads are out. And that's Parks and Rec, that is Operation Maintenance, that is Public Works, Economic Urban Development. So if you have questions, you can speak to the people directly who are in charge of those departments. Like, you can talk to me all day long, and I could pass it along, and then we could meet. But it's always great to talk to the actual people who are actually in charge of those departments, and that is invaluable. How many times you get all of that in one space where you can go and talk to, if you got an issue, you got an idea, something going on, you can go talk to department heads, and then they'll give you updates on exactly what is taking place in our ward for their respective departments.
Yeah, it's really great, especially too cultural events too. You want to know what's coming up. You want to sign your kid up maybe for Rainbow Company or whatever it might be.
Yeah,
you have the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, so. I tell you, when we started 6 years ago, and this is no offense to the department heads, but if you ask them what's going on in Ward 5, they'd be, well, I don't know, let me go try to figure out. But if you went to any department head, including yourself, David,
of course,
and if you said, hey, what's going on in Ward 5, each one, unsolicited,
we know.
I don't need to be there. I don't have to prep you. You would say, this is what's going on in our ward. And it's great to have everybody on the same page. And that's important when you're trying to change the course of the river. Everyone's got to be on the same page. And so that has been happening. And I give kudos from our city manager to our deputy city managers to our department heads, managers, supervisors, and even people who work clock in, clock out. You can go to them and they'll have a good idea of what's going on in Ward 5.
Exactly right. Exactly. So that's kudos to you. It's been a good run.
Yes, no doubt about it.
Well, Councilman, time always goes fast on this show, so we want to tell everybody out there, hey, we always want to hear from you. So if there's something you'd like to share with Councilman Crear, you can contact him by picking up the phone, 702-229-6405, or send him an email. His address is ccrear@lasvegasnevada.gov. And you can also subscribe to our Ward 5 newsletter. Use that QR code right there, and it'll take you right to it. So, Councilman, a pleasure. Good to have you on.
Always
great. In 6 weeks with another update from Ward 5. And we'll be well into the fall then, you know, so there'll be a lot of
sweater weather.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard to believe after what we just been through. So
This summer has been absolutely, positively brutal.
you've lived here your whole life. I've lived here for almost 40 years and never remember a summer quite this hot.
June.
Yeah, it was brutal.
June, it was brutal. Woo!
Yeah.
Some days you didn't want to. It's when you're home and you keep the shades closed
Yeah.
because you don't want the heat to come into the house.
Exactly.
You know you got issues there.
And it's like, is the air conditioner still
I know.
on? Is
It's
it
so
still
funny.
running? Does
It's
it
so
ever turn
funny.
off?
I think everybody in the city has that same conversation. Is the air conditioner on?
Is it still running? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So,
makes you want to own an AC business though. Between like June and August, you want to own an AC business. Outside of that, I'm not sure. But
very true.
It's great.
Very true. Councilman, great to have you on. Thank you so much. Good show. And folks, don't miss that next show beginning on September 12th. I'm sorry, with Ward 1 Councilman and Ward 1 Councilman and Mayor Pro Tem Brian Knutson is what I'm trying to say here. You can now catch all of our KCLV shows on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire. Also, watch for our QR code during the closing credits of this show to subscribe to that newsletter I mentioned. And don't forget, you can watch us live on the internet at kclv.tv. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll see you next time around.